It's Van Gisbergen and Buescher side by side to you, Mike.
Wheel to wheel for the lead, coming to the S's, and it's SVG. He'll power past Buescher and go to the lead. Buescher now the second. Third now will be Carson Hocevar. NASCAR overtime. Top four breakaway. Can Chris Buescher get it regathered and try to come back for a charge at Shane Van Gisbergen? He gets into the bus stop well. The top two have started to swerve away from the field. Now Buescher sideways, hustling that 17 car as he tries to track down Shane Van Gisbergen through the carousel. Top two breaking away out of 5.
Shades of Keselowski and Ambrose all over again.
The S's and
Kyle Busch is involved, 5, and Busch in the 8.
Buescher gets on the inside of SVG.
Keselowski's got a problem. Trying to stay with Ambrose.
You pushed me around earlier. I'm going to give it back. Incredible on this final lap. Van Gisbergen's only got one real shot left at it.
They use the bumpers.
Van Gisbergen going to win it.
To the checkered flag.
A little payback. He gets wide. He loses it almost. He has to gather it up.
Who gets here first?
Clear.
Ambrose, 9. Keselowski, 2.
But he can't do it.
Marcos Ambrose is going to win at Watkins Glen.
Chris Buescher wins at the Glen in the most spectacular style. What did we just say? The pain of missing the playoffs has just been eased with a phenomenal victory at the Glen by Chris Buescher.
So don't mess with Texas.
A phenomenal victory indeed by Buescher at the Glen. And yes, screw the chase. Who needs manufactured drama when you can get great racing like this at NASCAR? Whenever F1 fans make fun of NASCAR and they say that it's boring with nothing but left turns, grab them by the cock. Show them this race right here. You couldn't script it any better. This was Buescher's first road course win, and he did it Prosper, Texas Cowboys style, which, by the way, has 42,598 people, not 30,000.
30-year-old from Prosper, Texas, which, by the way, has a population of 30,000.
We've been lied to. To pull off this win after a tumultuous, which doesn't even begin to describe the season that he's had, is simply impressive. And it really doesn't happen on road courses in NASCAR. Usually you'll get unexpected victories at super speedways like Daytona and Talladega, but Chris Buescher came incredibly close to multiple race wins in 2024, but he narrowly missed out on a few key victories. In particular, he had 2 heart-wrenching back-to-back finishes in May, one being at Kansas, where Buescher was initially thought to have won, but after a photo finish review, it was determined that Kyle Larson won by a margin of just 1,000th of a second, which was the closest finish in NASCAR Cup Series history. The very next weekend in Darlington, Buescher took the lead with 21 laps remaining, but after contact with Tyler Reddick, he cut a tire and finished in a disappointing 30th place.
What was that? What was that? I didn't race you clean. I know, I up. I'm sorry.
Overall, a pretty great performance from him. Hey! I'm trying to film here! Overall, pretty great performance from him this year, only to miss out on the playoffs, but none of that matters after this win. The RFK sub-dub memes were simply delicious on Instagram. Now let's see how Buescher got this win and get caught up on the Cup Series playoffs round of 12. For those not as seasoned in the NASCAR lore, Lee Diffie's call Shades of Keselowski and Ambrose was a reference to the famous 2012 duel between Brad Keselowski and Marcus Ambrose. I was really trying to compare the battles to each other in that intro. Ambrose had actually been mentoring Buescher on the road course, and I think that he likely influenced his approach to that race, which added a fitting touch to his breakthrough road course win. Also, the unrelated Kyle Busch meme, it's really not that unrelated. He wrecked in the same corner on both of the races I was comparing as well. Fun fact of the day. Anyways, let's talk about that wreck on lap 1. A new season of NASCAR road courses just dropped, and I'm glad to see we got Watkins Glen back as a playoffs race since we lost that privilege in 2021. We couldn't even make it one lap without a wreck in the race this year. The world's best stock car drivers are back at it again, and Denny Hamlin choke season is in full effect. His reputation for struggling to convert his regular season success into a championship incompetence continued during this race, but that wasn't without help from Corey LaJoie. Let's take a look at the move Mr. Stacking Burgers pulled in the bus stop on lap 1.
Let's take another look at it.
Corey LaJoie in the 7. Watch on the outside too. Kyle Larson got extremely lucky. That's the moment where Busch gets turned. Christopher Bell, look at him go sideways and around.
What I don't understand is what happens to Blaney. Oh, I said on his own that might have been an exaggeration. I do believe the 7 got a little contact with the 8. Got him turned around there.
Corey, are you usually this fucking stupid? Or is today your first day? Is it really that hard to breathe with your head that far up your ass? Yeah, I guess it is. Corey absolutely torqued Ryan Blaney, Kyle Busch, Christopher Bell, and Denny Hamlin in this wreck. But not to worry, we get to see Corey LaJoie in worse equipment this year and next year. I am so excited. Starting with Kansas, he gets to pilot Rick Ware's boat anchor, the 51 car, for the rest of the season and all of 2025. In a rare move, LaJoie will be traded with Justin Haley, who's coming to take over the seat in the number 7 Spire Motorsports car. Like this is the fucking MLB now or something. Ryan Blaney was unable to return to the race because of a broken steering rack. I actually appreciate that we had a LaJoie moment that took out Blaney. According to NASCAR officials, if a car cannot be driven back to the pit after an incident, it must be declared out of the race. NASCAR officiating. Fun! Overall, a metric mega AIDS type of day was had for these playoff drivers. Denny.
5 and 6 that we were showing you were side by side. Brad basically is like, look, man, if you're going to go to that runoff, you're just not going to squeeze me. And
Byron and Keselowski.
Vice versa, but either way, man, what a hit for the 24.
It was super tight.
Truex.
Truex, pretty hard damage into the wall. We'll see if the 19 has to come.
What else happened? Oh yeah, Juan Pablo.
And we're now joined by Juan Pablo Montoya, who will be joining 2311 Racing this weekend here at Watkins Glen in the number 50 Toyota. Juan Pablo, what's it like to be back?
Larry, he just slammed into the jet dryer. I think he slammed into the jet dryer.
Under caution, Juan Pablo Montoya has crashed and gone aflame. Safety workers quickly on the scene. Now that's the front of the race car.
Watermelons.
Chastain feeling the pressure from McDowell in second. Ross Chastain wins that second.
Ross Chastain has already gotten away. SVG letting it fly in the way outside.
Mexico.
99 car spun around. 99 car spun around in turn 6. He is borderline in the gravel. He's stuck. He cannot get out.
Richmond flashbacks.
Might have another one here.
Yeah.
Might have another one here. Dylan is making, oh, and he does give him one.
Harrison Burton's car shits itself all over the track.
Cars on pit road kind of gambling that this tire will come off and end up in a spot where the caution has to be waived.
Kyle Busch is washed.
Side for a moment, and there's trouble further back. Tyler Reddick's around. Kyle Busch is involved. That's Reddick in the 45 and Busch in the 8. Trying to right their cars. Trouble mid-pack on back.
Prosper, Texas.
Gates of Prosper, more like Chris Buescher is a Cup Series road course winner.
Hey! Do you know who Chris Buescher is? Come get interviewed! NASCAR! Yeah! Chris Buescher! He's from here! What's going on, man? Welcome to Grid Banter. My name is Sam. What's your name?
Josh.
Hey, Josh. Do you know who Chris Buescher is?
I don't know who Chris Buescher is.
Did you know that Chris Buescher lives in Prosper, Texas?
I do now.
Okay, well, he's a NASCAR Cup Series champion. Did you know that?
Okay.
What if I told you that was a lie?
I would believe you.
That's a good belief. What if I told you that Chris Buescher won in Watkins Glen last week? Do you know where Watkins Glen is?
Where is it?
It's in New York.
New York?
Yeah. Thanks for the interview. You know, I went to the Watkins Glen race earlier this year for an IMSA race, and I may have started a fire with a car battery and a wrench to cook some food in the Airbnb. Roll the clip.
Almost welded the wrench to the car battery to get this started, but man, well worth it.
Some beverages may have been involved in that operation. Anyway, let's wrap up with a quick recap of the Bristol night race so we can get caught up on the playoffs.
Hung money with the sword.
Man, Kyle Larson must be hung like a mother because he sure steps on his a lot. Come on, young money. Maybe it's hung money. Hell, I don't know.